for health and fitness. We start new health and fitness activities next week, new winter sports as well, and we need to find out from those of you who have yet to select what activity you want to participate in, which activities you want to participate in. This may be that you are confused, lazy, procrastinating, or a variety of other things. But we need you to take care of that in the next 48 hours. Please check in the front office if you're having issues. The form is located at the very top of Moodle in the home page. It says Winter Health and Fitness and Sports Signups. Please complete that if you have not. Thank you.
Service opportunities coming up I'd like to announce, and I'll post the little reminders on the bulletin board by room 9. There's information on Moodle about all of these. First one is this Saturday. There's a cleanup at Upper Carr Lake in Salinas. There is on November 19th and 20th, there's a 3K and a 5K on the 19th and a half marathon on November 20th. You can volunteer as an individual for those that are in Pacific Grove and in Monterey, and they also need some help on the 18th with some setup stuff. We do take a group of York students and volunteer as a group for the Big Sur Marathon in April. But if you like helping at races, you can volunteer for these individually. On Saturday, November 19th, they need volunteers to help save Soquel Creek. There's a group meeting in Capitola. And don't forget that at any time on a Saturday, almost all Saturdays, you can drop in and help with the tutoring at the Navy Postgraduate School on Saturday mornings. In October, I was hoping that most of you would get on to Naviance and log in and sign on the waiver and intent form. If you haven't done that, I'll be looking for you in this next month and then helping you work with the service log and posting your service, your idea, your project, what you hope to do for your service learning project. So if you would like to avoid me finding you, get that done before that happens. Thanks.
Mr. Martin asked me to make an announcement about Fall Fair. If your parents bought things for your Fall Fair booth and they need to get their money back, the business office needs a receipt. So if your parents supplied things for your Fall Fair booth, the business office needs a receipt before they can issue a check for them. And also a reminder, on Wednesdays, there's always math and science help in room 22. And we probably need tutors for that if you are a tutor.
Shield students, Mrs. Smith sent you an email last night with info about our upcoming admission event, all about York. And we would like to meet with you this Friday to talk about the details. So this Friday, November 4th, in room 4 at lunch. This is our biggest event of the year, so we ask that this Friday you put Shield before your other commitments. Thank you. See you Friday.
Tomorrow's PATH meeting will be the small group meetings again, so go to your various small groups. Let's talk for a moment about skateboarding. Personally, I think skateboarding is a wonderful exercise. I think that there's all kinds of coordination you can learn from it, doing tricks. I do know people who are 18 who have the bodies and joints of 70-year-olds because of too much pounding of skateboards and things. Nonetheless, I think it can look really glorious when people know what they're doing. However, you knew there was a however. However, I really do worry about the safety of our students who choose to skateboard on the driveway at pickup time. Skateboards are actually not permitted on campus, as it says in the parent-student handbook. You're allowed to bring them in and either store them in your locker, if you have a small skateboard and a big locker, or leave them in the front office or in a class dean's office if your class dean will permit you to do that. That's fine if you need it for transportation. but they're really not to be used for recreation on campus, even after the end of the school day. It's just very dangerous. So please keep that in mind. The third other piece of reminder is that every now and then we have to say to you, as much as we don't want to, that you can't have a privilege if you haven't fulfilled your responsibility. And oftentimes that comes with if you haven't done your service learning project or you don't have your hours done, then you can't do X, Y, or Z. So I think that there has been a little bit of confusion about us saying things like, if you haven't done your service learning project, for example, you cannot attend a class, a school dance or a class field trip or something like that. When we say attend, we don't mean only that you can't have fun, that you can go to it, you just can't have fun. You can go to it, you just can't dance, or something like that. It actually means you can't do it. You can't be on campus for a dance, or you may not go on the field trip. And I do think that there's been some confusion about that. I really want to clarify it, okay, so that we're all on the same page. Thanks.
I also have 3 announcements. The first is the second reminder about the Monterey Symphony concert on the 19th of November at Sherwood Hall in Salinas. That will feature not only some members of our student body who will be playing with the Monterey Symphony, also will feature dancers from the American Ballet Theater and the New York City Ballet. And have I got a deal for you? $5 tickets, as many as you want for $5. The only catch is this is not available in stores. You must get this form from me and fill it out and bring me money by next Monday. My second announcement is that, as Ms. Godoy just mentioned, we have All About York coming up. Many of the musicians at the school will be involved in that, but many of you don't know that yet. I won't see the choir again until Monday. Please look at Moodle, because I'm going to say right now, choir is involved at All About York. Check Moodle. It's not there yet, but it will be there by the end of the day, I promise. All right. If you're a musician at York, there's a likelihood that you will be involved at All About York on the 12th of November. If you're a musician at York, there's also a likelihood that you're in the play and that you're a SHIELD member, so you'll be involved and involved. And my third announcement is this. As you know, a small group of us meeting here on Tuesdays at 11:50 to do a little prayer service in which we pray for each of you by name over the course of about 6 weeks. This coming Tuesday, and maybe the next one after that, we're going to do something a little bit different. You probably don't know that Miss Sherry attended at least half her school at a Quaker school, a Friends school. And as some of you know, one of the aspects of Friends' spiritual discipline is to sit together in silence for a long period of time, sometimes an hour, right? Imagine sitting together for 1 hour in silence. I can't think of anything more powerful. Next Tuesday, we're going to do an abbreviated Friends meeting. We'll meet in here at 11:50 as usual, and Ms. Sherry will explain a little bit about how it works, and we're just going to sit in silence for about 10 minutes. So we're going to do a Friends meeting next Tuesday here in the chapel. Thank you.
I thought this adventure was going to be so awesome. I was so excited for my 10th birthday. I showed up at my friend's house early and got my present from his grandpa. It was just insanely awesome. Little yellow mouse. I loved it. What was even better was that I was finally old enough to leave my poor excuse of a hometown. Seriously, the place had like 10 people living in it. So, together with just my mouse as a companion, a little bit of money, a map, and a little electronic device to record what I encountered, I set off on my journey. The old man told me to travel the region and try and catch every animal that I encountered. I thought to myself, great, gotta catch them all. That's when the trouble started. So I was walking through some grass when all of a sudden these birds and rats just started attacking me. My mouth could barely hold them off. Every few steps I took, some new deranged animals showed up and just started attacking me. And then there were the people I met along the way. They just stood in the most random places for no adequately explored reasons. And whenever I walked a few steps in front of them, they ran up and challenged me to a fight. There's no way I could decline. And they always started out by saying some really cheesy line about who they were and how they trained or something. But then the worst part was this insane couple that always followed me around. You know those couples that like wear matching outfits and complete each other's sentences? Yeah, that kind. But the worst part about them was their ridiculous cat. It had the most annoying voice and it would never shut up. They always set up the most stupid and obvious traps to try and get me. And they worked every single time. Sometimes the sheer stupidity of it all was almost too much to handle. The only thing that kept me going was my dream of becoming a Pokemon master.
Today, at lunch, in the normal room, the Junior State of America will be having a wonderful debate about all the smelly people occupying Wall Street.
Also, if you're going to convention, I want your money by Friday. It's $105. You give it to me or Henry. And if your name is Chris Cauciano, I really need to talk to you about convention because I cannot find you anywhere ever.
Yeah, debate.
10 seconds each.
Thank you. Okay, I know this isn't Texas, but I like to believe that bigger is better. So from now on, ignore my schedule for Glee Club. I'd like anyone who has ever said to me, oh yeah, Glee Club, that sounds cool, to please come at lunch Thursdays and Fridays to the music room, because we're going to really work on our group numbers, starting with Forget You and Bohemian Rhapsody a cappella style. Please come.
All right, there's a few of you who still have your trick-or-treat for UNICEF boxes. Please give them back to me. No Key Club meeting today, but there is one tomorrow. And since it's Key Club week, and we talked about it last meeting, try to bring a friend on Key Club. And then we're doing...
Yeah, I'm hosting a special event for our meeting tomorrow, so don't just come if you have a friend. Like, everyone's welcome to come. We're going to be making bracelets, the ones I've been announcing. All lunch, I'm going to bring materials and a guest speaker to talk about the cause I'm working with for homeless youth. So everyone's welcome in room 9. You may have seen my Facebook event about it, so everyone please come. You can get at least an hour community service with that lunch if you bring a paper and come use my materials to make some bracelets. It'll really help. Also, Angela, your book. This was us at the beginning of the year. We had tons of new staffers and we're really excited.
This is us right now, with only the two of us in the mornings.
Sitting alone with 1 or 2 staffers, really sad. But you guys can make us this again if you join Yearbook or staffers start returning 2-meeting cycle, and we will bring you this. So please come to Yearbook. Join. It's not too late to join, and it's really fun.
Girls basketball, we're starting next Monday. So if you're interested in girls basketball, it doesn't matter if you haven't played before.
Can you meet up at the flagpole so we can just see
Just like
your
a couple
number?
seconds, and we can go over some stuff.
The Pharaoh is dead.
Finally, like meeting tomorrow at lunch in room 2, we're going to be discussing what to bring to the conference, what's the dress code, and go over last-minute committee procedures. So please be there if you're going to the conference. Thank you.
Okay, you should all improve your health and make people happy by donating your Halloween candy in the front office to the soldiers. And please take 5 minutes out of your free or lunchtime to write a card. Thank you.
Okay, so I need to see volleyball people right at the flagpole after break to talk about Coach's Gift. So, yeah.
It's Jensen!